All right, let's talk about really quickly the epidemic of people falling asleep during autopilot. Lots of videos of people falling asleep on autopilot in stop and go traffic, whether it's intentional for viral purposes or if it's just them being very tired. So let's talk about it really quickly. Typically when you drive a car, the act of driving the car itself is what stimulates the driver, keeps them active, keeps them ready to go, keeps them aware and awake of their surroundings, and prevents them from going to sleep in most cases. Tons of cases, truck drivers, people who drive for long hours, or people who are just careless with their sleep and decide to drive, often fall asleep, accidents happen. However, on autopilot, it's a little bit of a gray area. Obviously, it's a step forward towards full self-driving, but in the meantime, while it's not full self-driving, it also requires a lot less of people's actual attention to actually driving. So as you take away the act of driving and the stimulus that provides, you're now effectively just holding the wheel like this and being aware of your surroundings, being aware of your environment, but you don't really have to do anything else. You're not engaging the pedals, you're not steering actively, you're simply holding the wheel, or in certain instances not holding the wheel like this. And now you get a situation where you're less engaged and more prone to falling asleep. Again, depending on what your condition is, depending on how much sleep you've gotten or how aware you are. This is very easy to do in stop and go traffic, especially as traffic is not moving. And therefore, you have people who effectively fall asleep. And this is, again, a little bit of a challenge for Tesla to solve as they're in that in-between area. Where they haven't conquered full self-driving just yet, but they have provided lots of users, hundreds of thousands of users, with the ability to have this semi-autonomous system that requires little effort, little engagement to be able to keep active. So now, as a driver, or even as an operator, if you will, of this semi-autonomous system, how do you best stay engaged? How do you stay awake? How do you stay alert? I know for me, I like to just look at the road ahead of me, look at my surroundings, and just be prepared. If I feel that I'm at risk of falling asleep, I'll take it off autopilot and drive manually, and that's the stimulant to keep me up and make sure I'm awake. But for a lot of people, this is a very interesting topic just because the fact that it requires so little engagement and thus increases the chances of you potentially falling asleep. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? How do you operate autopilot? Do you feel like you're at risk of falling asleep? Do you feel that people falling asleep is something that warrants more attention? Or do you feel like it's just, one-off cases where certain people are just doing certain things unique to their situation? It's not really a bigger issue at hand or a bigger risk at hand. Let me know in the comments, and I'll check in the next one.